All right, so I've been having like trying to replace different aspects of my life because it's changed so much, and instead of like in the morning I'd get up and take Aquila for a walk, going for a bike ride. I try to, um, and I realized like I've haven't been having a lot of trouble replacing my entire weekend with something. Uh, it's almost like how much how much love I have for things. It's like a muscle, and like the muscle's like wore out or exhausted or something, you know. Um, so like nothing seems fun, and there'll be like these moments where like I'll have that feeling that like, oh, this is enjoyable, and then it's almost like I use up all the energy for feeling that. And then because I was like, I've got that shortwave radio, and I was enjoying the sound and the ability that it has, and hooked up the antenna extension, and it was 5 minutes later where I suddenly realized it was still playing. I realized I wasn't listening to it. I realized I couldn't even hear it. I think I was just staring at the ground. Um, Went for a long bike ride, which was enjoyable. Like it got my heart going and stuff, and um, it was nice to see how close I was to the Delta. Like I'd never biked there before. I'd biked pretty close before, but never all the way to the Delta. Um, I think that I'm gonna have to still continue to write down things to do as if they're chores, and give myself a schedule and just do those things, because as it is, like I had my 3-day weekend when I went camping. Like I didn't do much when I went camping. You could probably combine all my physical activity that whole weekend into like a couple hours. And it was the same thing with this last weekend where I wanted to go to the coast, and I realized that all the campgrounds there are booked solid, and that means the beaches are just going to be packed. And I just didn't want to deal with it. But also, that's the thing. It's like I would deal with it like if it felt like if this like I used to go skiing all the time, and like on certain weekends or whatever, it's gonna just be packed, and you're just like, well, you know what? It's still gonna be fun, just a different kind of fun. Just because the enjoyment level is so high. But I stayed home, and I really didn't do anything, and the things that I did do, I didn't enjoy. Like I watched a huge amount of movies and didn't enjoy them, and I went for a ride every day, and I didn't enjoy that. I was gonna go to that. There's a park by my house. I was gonna go to that park every day and do they have like exercises around a track. I guess I mean, that's the thing. It's like I don't know how long I'm gonna feel like this. And so I can't just have weekend after weekend be full of nothing. And I wish I could just go somewhere. Wish I could go like walk the Pacific Crest Trail for a couple of months or something like that. I wish I could just get away from absolutely everything, because so much of my life reminds me of Aquila, and there's no way to avoid it. Like there's every aspect of my life for so long, over a decade, was everything about me and Akila. So, as a matter of fact, when I got Akila, actually, I was thinking that it was like the start of a new chapter of my life. So here I am at the start of a new chapter, and I guess I got to just power through it, or not power through it. Well, I guess power through it, because I'm literally gonna have to force myself to go out for a bike ride. So I don't know, like, good things are happening, I guess. Like, I'm getting more physically active. I've lost a lot of weight, down to like 204 pounds now, which is nice. I'm sleeping better because of like no alcohol helps me sleep better. I did drink some beers and just realized that like it doesn't help at all, because I said it before, like in another video, like you just have some beers and like what's beneath everything is just like a huge amount of sadness, and there's no sense in diving into that. Like it's like an injury that just needs time to heal. So I bought some equipment for my regular mountain bike, not the electric bike. I bought some tubes and water bottles. I bought I bought a bunch of water bottles because they go bad like pretty quickly. It's hard to keep them real clean. So I bought a camping pad. Gonna try to get back into backpacking, which makes me wish I would have saved some of my sleeping bags. I threw them out. But that's the thing, though, is like most of my sleeping bags had Akila in them, so you can't save them. You can't get in a sleeping bag that smells like your dog that passed away. And there's a trail there's a campground I'd like to go see. I never saw it because there's lots of deer there, and it would be too much trouble with Akila, and so now I could go there by myself. But it's a bit of a hike, and so I'll need to be able to hike in everything I need. So it'd be nice to have more compact stuff. I don't know, I guess I had this kind of like crazy thought that because I felt there was like a while there where I felt pretty good, but I think that was like a combination of getting more exercise, losing weight, and getting rid of alcohol. Like I think that improved my mood a whole lot, but like it doesn't change the fact that that I've got like just a whole lot of sadness inside me. And I was also like had this insight that the vast majority of my experiences are work related now, as opposed to like used to be, it'd be dog stuff and then work stuff. And now I get home and there's not a whole lot going on with my life, and so I was like this reflecting on how much of my brain is like when I have memories now, they tend to be like more like work memories. I'm just thinking about work stuff. I'm like, it's not good. There's this guy that I discovered because I was like, I wanted to get into boating, and he's actually in town, and he's an older guy, and he's just real active, strong and adventurous. And I was like, I should try to focus on kind of becoming that guy. Like, because that's the thing, like when people I know this in the case, like when I used to go to martial arts or even yoga, there'd be lots of times where you're like, oh, I don't feel like going, but you just force yourself to go, and you just keep improving and getting better at stuff, and you get more reward, makes it easier to go, and you just don't give up. I guess that's the thing, like when you're super, super sad, like giving up feels like an option, and by giving up I mean like going back to bed. Like the desire to go back to bed on the weekend is just gigantic. Like I get up and, you know, kind of get my day started and get dressed, and I'll be sitting there watching videos that bore me or something like that, or that should be entertaining and they're not. And then I'm like, you know, why not just go back to bed? And I think I need to be out of the house, or I need to be in the backyard cutting down all those sticker bushes that are growing, or I need to like just go into the garage and start setting up shelving, and like to start labeling shelving with like, this is going to be winter clothes, and this is going to be tools, and this is going to be, you know, like just so there's a place for things to go. It's tough. It's tough, like, that's, like, when you're alone a lot, it's hard to know sometimes what's happening exactly. It's hard to know how, like, bad something is. It's hard to know, you know, how much more you could accomplish, you know, because you just have your own perspective. And, like, that was helpful, like having Aquila, like sometimes, like if I was like when I was listening to music and I'd suddenly realize I was staring at the floor and I couldn't even hear the music, my ears just shut off. Like when Aquila would like sense that, he'd come over and press his nose up against me, or lick me really lightly, and you know, I'd come out of my own head. So when I'm by myself, like I don't know how long, you know, those episodes last. You know, when I went for a bike ride, and I got home and I realized I didn't check the clock at all, and I had no idea how long I'd been for the ride, how long the ride was. I knew where I went and back, but I had no idea how long it took. I don't know, there's nothing for it but just to keep going, you know. There's no way past it but through it.